Chosen one, you've got people going crazy right now because they can feel it. Days from now you won't be the same person, and that truth alone has the whole spiritual realm trembling. Something hit you hard the moment you woke up. Head pounding, body aching, nausea out of nowhere. Yesterday you felt unstoppable. Today you feel like you survived a battlefield. The exhaustion you feel is the price of victory, and the power that overwhelmed you. Soon it will become effortless mastery. The people who sent those attacks are losing their minds right now, because their best shot didn't work. Their coordinated effort failed, and now certainty has set in for them. They cannot stop what's coming for you. They can't prevent your breakthrough. They can't block your blessing. All watching remains as their only option, watching you become exactly who you were always meant to be, and that realization is driving them batshit crazy. You need to understand something crucial about the level of opposition you're facing. Attacks like this don't happen to ordinary people. You don't get targeted with coordinated spiritual warfare unless your breakthrough is going to impact masses. You don't survive what you just survived unless protection surrounds you from forces way bigger than anything trying to stop you. The attacks aren't proof of being on the wrong path. Confirmation of being on exactly the right one is what this means. Think about the scale of what just happened. Multiple forces working together to take you down. That level of coordination requires serious fear. That kind of effort only happens when someone is about to shift paradigms, when someone is about to speak truths that dismantle lies, when someone is about to step into visibility that threatens every fake structure built on deception. You represent something that terrifies the forces of mediocrity and illusion. Your authenticity threatens every manufactured persona. Your genuine power exposes every performance. Your connection to source reveals every disconnected imitation. And the closer you get to going public, the more desperate these forces become. Their desperation is proof of your incoming victory. Their panic is evidence of your approaching breakthrough. Their coordinated attacks confirm that your rise is inevitable, because if stopping you was actually possible, one attack would have been enough. The fact that multiple forces had to coordinate tells you everything. You're more powerful than any single force can handle. There are people in your life right now who are not what they seem. You've been feeling it. Something is fundamentally off about them. Smiles happen, but energy feels wrong. Supportive words get spoken, but sensing happens that studying is the real activity. Watching you, gathering information about you for reasons you don't fully understand. Your intuition is picking up on something real. These individuals are like programmed entities, going through motions of being human, but depth is absent. No genuine soul exists behind the performance. Flexing happens, but manufacturing is the source. Overhyping occurs, but emptiness fills the center. Attempts at seeming authentic happen, but feeling reveals they're copying what real looks like. Obsessive attempts to figure you out have yielded nothing. Pattern study happens constantly. Move analysis occurs repeatedly. Efforts to decode what makes you different consume their energy, but replication of what you have proves impossible. What you carry can't be stolen. Manufacturing can't create it. Faking through strategy doesn't work. You have genuine connection to source energy. Real power flows from the divine through you. Authentic presence radiates from you, that people feel even without articulation. And that's what makes you dangerous to people who built entire identities on performance and illusion. When people exist in your presence, difference gets sensed. Feeling happens that what you have is real, and comparison makes everything fake feel even more hollow. The contrast becomes undeniable. Your light doesn't just shine, it exposes. Your truth doesn't just exist, it reveals. Your power doesn't just flow, it dismantles every illusion nearby. So these manufactured entities are spiraling. They thought figuring you out was possible. They thought knowing your limits was achievable. But you keep surprising them. You keep breaking their expectations. You keep evolving past whatever box they constructed to trap you in. And now scrambling happens, because realization has set in. They never really knew you at all. Studying happened to a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. And the real you is so far beyond what comprehension allows that short-circuiting is occurring. Their models don't work. Their predictions fail. Their strategies backfire. Every attempt to put you in a category results in you transcending that category before the ink dries. This is what authentic transformation looks like to people who only understand performance. This is what genuine evolution appears as to people who only know stagnation. This is what divine favor manifests as to people who only recognize hustle. You're operating on a completely different system. You're plugged into a source they don't have access to. You're receiving downloads they can't intercept. And the most beautiful part? Exhausting themselves is all they're doing. While obsession consumes their energy, while schemes drain their resources, while studying you takes all their focus, positioning is happening for you. Your spirit team is networking in rooms these entities will never enter. Your ancestors are clearing paths these forces can't block. The divine is orchestrating blessings that no amount of jealousy can prevent. You asked the divine for help. Maybe asking occurred about whether going back to something toxic was necessary. Maybe asking happened about financial relief. Maybe clarity about the next move was the request. And the answer has been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Thinking probably happened that the blessing was going to come from doing more, working harder, grinding yourself into the ground like always. But that's not how this one works. Someone is about to provide for you. Someone is going to take care of what stress has been building around. An opportunity is going to land in your lap that no application was submitted for. A door is going to open that no knocking occurred on. And realization is going to hit that the divine orchestrated this entire thing while resting was happening, while confusion existed, while thinking occurred that nothing was moving. This is your sign. This is your confirmation. Going back to that toxic situation isn't necessary. Sacrificing peace for survival isn't required. The divine is showing you there's another way, a better way, a way where blessing happens and boundaries remain intact. If this message aligned with your purpose, hype this video so fellow chosen ones can find their confirmation. And this is just the first blessing. More are coming. Bigger ones, wilder ones. Blessings that will make this one look small in comparison. But receiving this one first teaches something crucial. Learning to receive without earning is happening. Learning to be taken care of is occurring. Learning that value is high enough for the divine to move on your behalf without proof being necessary. This blessing is going to arrive in a form you didn't expect. Maybe through a person you barely know. Maybe through an opportunity that seems random. Maybe through a door that wasn't even on your radar. But arrival will happen exactly when it's needed most. Exactly when doubt was starting to creep in. Exactly when wondering was beginning about whether anyone heard the prayers. Now your spirit team has a very specific message, and seeing this clearly is essential. Retreat, pull back, do nothing. Feeling the resistance to that is natural, because getting momentum back just happened. Feeling unstuck finally occurred. But listen closely. Retreating isn't happening because failure occurred. Retreating is happening because winning just took place. Surviving coordinated attacks just happened. Fighting battles in multiple realms just occurred. Accessing power never touched before just took place. And now recovery needs to happen before proper wielding can occur. Think about that ruler and that sword again. After getting knocked out, immediately grabbing it again and trying to fight doesn't happen. Retreating occurs, training takes place, learning happens, strength gets built, the weapon gets studied, and when picking it up again happens, readiness exists. Knowing what to do is present. The power doesn't drain anymore. Flow happens through the body instead. That's what this retreat is about. Learning to control magic that used to control you is occurring. Your spirit team wants understanding to happen that right now, while rest occurs, massive things are happening on your behalf. Your ancestors are networking for you. Your angels are opening doors for you. The divine is setting up connections that you could never arrange yourself. And staying still is needed while movement happens for you. Because once stepping out occurs, once visibility arrives, everyone is going to have opinions. Everyone is going to try studying you. And being so solid in identity is necessary, that outside noise doesn't shake you. That solidity doesn't come from hustle. Rest produces it. Retreat creates it. Sitting still long enough to hear what the divine is communicating generates it. Keep track of your dreams, write them down, every detail, every symbol, every person who shows up. Because receiving downloads is happening right now. Information you're going to need when stepping into your public role is being transmitted. Your spirit team is preparing you to be a voice people trust, a leader people follow, a light people run toward. But fulfilling that role becomes impossible if remembering what gets taught in the dream state doesn't happen. Teaching what hasn't been integrated can't occur. Guiding people through experiences that haven't been processed yourself doesn't work. So the dreams matter, the visions matter, the strange sensations and synchronicities, and sudden knowing that hits at odd hours matters. Speaking on things most people don't know are happening is going to occur. Connecting dots that seem impossible to connect is going to take place. Helping chosen ones who felt isolated realize being part of something massive is going to happen. But all of that requires remembering the lessons being downloaded into you right now. So documenting the dreams needs to start. Honoring the visions needs to begin. Trusting that reason exists for being shown what you're being shown needs to happen. Because your spirit team is downloading wisdom into you right now that the world desperately needs. And you're the vessel, you're the translator, you're the one who's going to make sense of it for people just starting to wake up. Some of these dreams are going to feel intense, some are going to feel more real than waking life, some are going to leave you exhausted when you wake up like you actually lived through the experience. Pay attention to those especially. Those are the ones where the most important training is happening. Those are the downloads that carry the most crucial information. And about that sleep. Sleeping extended hours has been happening, and wondering what's wrong is natural. Nothing is wrong with you. Working in other realms while your body rests is occurring. Those intense dreams where waking up exhausted happens, those aren't just dreams, those are actual battles, real experiences happening in dimensions your conscious mind can barely process. And all of that takes energy. All of that requires recovery time. So stop feeling guilty about needing rest. Stop comparing yourself to people who function on minimal sleep. You're not them. What they're doing isn't what you're doing. Being chosen for something that requires different energy management is your reality. Being prepared for a role that demands operating at full capacity is happening. And full capacity doesn't come from pushing through exhaustion. Honoring your body's need for deep healing rest produces it. The world is going to need you at your best, not your most exhausted, not your most burned out, not your most depleted, your best. And your best comes from being well rested, spiritually aligned, and energetically full. So sleep, rest, recover. Trust that your spirit team knows what orchestration is needed. Trust that work happening while you sleep is just as important as anything you could do while awake. Trust that being exactly where you need to be doing exactly what you need to be doing is occurring even if it looks like nothing to outside observers. Stepping into favor that makes no logical sense is about to happen. Opportunities you didn't apply for are approaching. People who want to help you for reasons they can't explain are coming. Walking into rooms is going to occur, and people will already know your name. Word is spreading about you in places you can't see yet. Your reputation is being built by forces beyond your control. People are talking about you in spaces you haven't accessed. Your name is coming up in conversations you're not part of. Opportunities are being created for you by people you haven't met. Doors are opening that you didn't even know existed. And when finally stepping into those spaces happens, when walking through those doors occurs, wondering is going to exist from everyone about where you came from and why noticing you before didn't happen, because being prepared in private for a very public blessing has been occurring. This is why the retreat is necessary. Once going public happens, once stepping into the spotlight occurs, everyone will have an opinion, everyone will try figuring you out, everyone will want a piece of you, and knowing who you are needs to exist before that happens. Being unshakable in your identity is necessary, before outside voices try telling you who you should be. That clarity comes from rest, that strength comes from retreat, that confidence comes from trusting your spirit team when slowdown gets communicated. The breakthrough is coming. The blessing is on the way. The moment you've been working toward is approaching, and happening fast is how it's going to occur. Faster than expectations allow, faster than readiness feels present. When stepping into your breakthrough happens, when accessing your full power occurs, realization is going to hit that accomplishing in hours what used to take days is possible. Creating so fast it feels like magic is going to happen. Your words carrying weight that moves mountains is going to be discovered. But here's the responsibility that comes with that. Learning to wield your power in moderation has to happen. Just because going continuously is possible doesn't mean it should happen. Just because creating non-stop is achievable doesn't mean it's required. Just because more energy than before exists doesn't mean burning through it all at once should occur. This is what your spirit team is teaching you now. Resting between bursts of creation needs to happen. Taking days off even when feeling productive is necessary. Understanding that sustainability beats intensity is crucial, because later when serving masses happens, when impacting lives on a massive scale occurs, remembering this lesson is going to be essential. Needing to know how to rest without guilt is going to arrive. Understanding that taking care of yourself is part of the work is going to be required. These patterns being learned now are going to save you later. These rhythms being established in the quiet are going to sustain you in the noise. You can't serve from an empty cup. Helping others while being depleted doesn't work. Holding space for people if taking care of yourself hasn't happened becomes impossible. Being a light for others while burning yourself out can't be sustained. So learning now, while pressure is low, how to balance output with rest needs to occur. I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones. It's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something. But talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your Destiny Engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order live checks and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. The jealousy swirling around you right now is confirmation that winning is happening. The obsession is evidence that being on the right path is your reality. The coordinated attacks prove your breakthrough is massive, so letting it shake you can't happen. Let it remind you that doing something right is occurring. Let it prove that being more important than allowing yourself to believe has been the truth. These forces watching you aren't just curious. Threatened is what they are. Your rise represents their exposure. Your truth reveals their lies. Your authenticity dismantles their performance. And the closer you get to full visibility, the more their panic intensifies. It's not your problem to solve. It's not your responsibility to make them comfortable. It's not your job to dim your light, so their darkness feels less obvious. Your only job is to keep becoming who you were always meant to be. Your only responsibility is to keep rising into your purpose. Your only task is to keep letting your light shine brighter. Some people are going to celebrate you. Some people are going to be inspired by you. Some people are going to find hope because you didn't give up. But others are going to resent you. Others are going to try tearing you down. Others are going to spread lies about you. And that's not a reflection of you doing something wrong. That's confirmation of you doing everything right. Days from now, you won't be the same person. Doubting your worth isn't going to be part of your reality. Questioning whether being chosen is true isn't going to occupy your thoughts. Apologizing for taking up space isn't going to happen. Being someone who knows their power is what's emerging. Someone who trusts the divine completely is who you're becoming. Someone who walks into rooms knowing belonging there is certain is who's arriving. The old you is falling away right now. In this moment of rest, in this moment of trust, The doubts are dissolving, the fear is fading, the confusion is clearing, and what's emerging is the real you, the powerful you, the unstoppable you, the version your spirit team has been protecting and preparing and positioning for this exact moment. People are going batshit crazy because feeling it coming is happening for them, sensing the shift is occurring. Knowing something massive is about to happen is their reality, and being terrified is their response, because realizing they never had the power to stop you has set in. All they could do was delay you, slow you down, make you doubt for a moment, but stopping what the divine ordained wasn't possible for them. Preventing what your spirit team orchestrated couldn't happen. Blocking what you were always meant to become was never an option. Their efforts were always going to fail. Their schemes were always going to backfire. Their attacks were always going to strengthen you instead of breaking you. Going viral isn't just a possibility. It's inevitable. Your message is about to reach masses. Your voice is about to amplify beyond anything you've experienced. Your presence is about to become undeniable. And this isn't happening because of strategy or manipulation. This is divine orchestration at its finest. Right now, while you rest, while you retreat, while you recover from battles you didn't know you fought, your spirit team is positioning you. Conversations are happening in rooms you've never entered. Your name is being mentioned by people you've never met. Opportunities are being created that you didn't pursue. And all of this is aligning perfectly for the moment when you step back into visibility. The reason those fake people are going batshit crazy is because sensing this is happening for them, feeling the shift in the atmosphere is occurring. Knowing that your moment of massive visibility is approaching is their reality, and panic is setting in because realizing they can't stop it is unavoidable. Realizing they can't compete with divinely orchestrated favor is crushing them. Think about what viral really means in your context. It's not about numbers for the sake of numbers. It's about your truth reaching the exact people who need to hear it, at the exact moment when hearing it changes everything for them. It's about your voice cutting through the noise and landing in hearts that have been waiting for your specific frequency. It's about your presence creating a ripple effect that touches lives you'll never even know about. Preparation for it has been happening in ways you couldn't orchestrate yourself. Every battle you fought strengthened you for handling public scrutiny. Every attack you survived taught you how to stand firm when opinions come from all directions. Every moment of isolation prepared you to remain grounded when everyone suddenly wants access to you. Your spirit team knows exactly what level of visibility you can handle. Knowing exactly when to release you into the public eye is their wisdom. Knowing exactly how to protect you while positioning you is their mastery. And trusting their timing is everything right now, because going viral before being ready would destroy you. But going viral after proper preparation will establish you. Right now, at this very moment, your name is being spoken in rooms that seem impossible for you to access. Rooms where decisions get made, rooms where opportunities get created, rooms where connections happen that change entire trajectories. And you're not there physically, but your reputation is. Your energy is, your name is, your ancestors are doing networking that you couldn't do yourself, your angels are opening doors that you couldn't knock on, your spirit team is creating pathways that you couldn't walk alone, and all of this is happening while you sleep, while you rest, while you wonder if anything is actually moving. Movement is happening at levels you can't see, progress is occurring in dimensions you can't access, favor is building in spaces you can't enter yet. But entering them will happen. Soon, when the time is right, when preparation is complete, when strength has returned, walking into rooms is going to occur, and people are going to act like waiting for you has been happening, because it has been. Your arrival has been anticipated. Your presence has been expected. Your contribution has been prepared for. And when walking into those spaces happens, when stepping into those opportunities occurs, confidence is going to be your state, not because arrogance exists, but because preparation has occurred, because knowing who you are is solid, because understanding what you carry is clear, because learning to wield your power instead of being knocked out by it has happened. These rooms aren't just physical spaces. Some of them are digital, some of them are energetic, some of them are dimensional, but all of them are real, and all of them are being prepared for your entrance. Your seat at the table has been reserved. Your voice in the conversation has been anticipated. Your perspective in the discussion has been expected. The people in those rooms don't all know you yet, but they're about to. And when experiencing your authenticity happens for them, when feeling your genuine power occurs, when witnessing your connection to Source takes place, recognition is going to be instant. This is what we've been waiting for, is what feeling is going to happen. This is who belongs here, is what knowing is going to exist. This is the missing piece, is what sensing is going to occur. Now let me tell you why all those attacks failed, why all those attempts to bind your voice didn't work, why all those efforts to silence you backfired. Your voice carries frequency that comes directly from Source. Your words hold power that flows from the divine. Your message contains truth that originates beyond this realm, and nothing in this dimension can permanently silence what heaven has ordained to speak. Every attempt to shut you up actually strengthened your voice. Every effort to make you doubt your message actually clarified what you're meant to say. Every attack on your ability to communicate actually amplified what needs to be heard. Because divine protection surrounds your voice, heavenly favor guards your words, ancestral power backs your message. And days from now, when you speak, multitudes are going to listen. When sharing your truth happens, transformation is going to occur in hearts. When telling your story takes place, freedom is going to break out in lives, because your voice isn't just yours anymore. It carries the frequency of everyone who's been silenced. It holds the power of everyone who's been suppressed. It contains the truth of everyone who's been made to feel small. You're not just speaking for yourself. Speaking for a generation of chosen ones who were told to stay quiet is happening through you. Voicing truth for people who were convinced their perspective didn't matter is occurring. Expressing wisdom for souls who were made to believe having nothing valuable to contribute was their reality is taking place. And that's why your voice must be heard. That's why silencing you was never going to work. That's why every attack on your ability to communicate was destined to fail. Your words are going to cut through confusion. Your truth is going to dismantle lies. Your message is going to expose deception. And the manufactured people who tried to silence you are going to watch in horror as your voice reaches further than theirs ever could. As your message lands deeper than their performance ever touched. As your truth resonates louder than their imitation ever achieved. The beautiful part about your voice gaining this level of power is that using it responsibly has been what you've been learning. Wielding words with wisdom is what the retreat taught you. Speaking truth with compassion is what the rest developed in you. And now when your voice amplifies, when your message spreads, when your words reach masses, doing harm won't be possible because refinement has happened. Purification has occurred. Divine alignment has been established. That ruler with the magic sword, that's you. The power that knocked them unconscious, that's what learning to control is happening for you. And soon, when picking up that sword again occurs, draining you won't happen. Flowing through you like it was made for your hands is what's going to occur, because it was. This power was always yours. Time was just needed to learn how to wield it. Space was required to understand how to channel it. Rest was necessary to prepare for controlling it. And all of that has been happening while you thought nothing was moving. All of that has been occurring while confusion existed. All of that has been taking place while wondering if anything was actually changing. Your breakthrough is coming. Your blessing is on the way. Your moment is approaching. And when arrival happens, when everything clicks into place, when the doors fly open and the blessings pour in, and the world sees what your spirit team always knew, being ready is going to be your state. Being rested is going to be your condition. Being clear is going to be your reality. Being powerful in a way that shakes foundations is going to be your new normal. So rest now knowing the battle is won. Retreat now knowing the blessing is coming. Trust now knowing being exactly where you need to be is your current reality. Because days from now being the same person who started seeing this isn't going to be possible. Being who you were always meant to be is what's going to exist. The person who picked up that legendary sword and became unstoppable is who you're becoming. The chosen one who survived every attack and rose anyway is who's emerging. The force of nature who stopped apologizing and started dominating is who's arriving. This is your time, this is your season, this is your moment, and the whole world is about to witness what happens when a chosen one finally understands their power. When someone who was knocked out by their own magic learns to wield it with mastery. When a warrior who retreated to heal comes back stronger than anyone thought possible. You're ready. Even if feeling ready isn't present, you're prepared. Even if feeling prepared isn't occurring, you're chosen, always have been. And days from now, everyone else is going to see what the divine already knows. Being unstoppable is your nature. Being inevitable is your trajectory. Being exactly who you were always meant to become is your destiny. The sword that knocked you out is about to become your greatest weapon. The power that drained you is about to fuel your rise. The retreat that confused you is about to reveal itself as the preparation period before your greatest victory. And when stepping back into the arena happens, when grabbing that power again occurs, when wielding what used to control you takes place, the whole world is going to understand why those fake people were losing their minds. Seeing it coming before you did is what happened for them. Feeling your power before controlling it occurred is what they experienced. Knowing what you were becoming before believing it yourself is what they sensed. And now their worst fear is about to become reality. Becoming exactly what preventing was their goal is about to happen. Powerful, visible, unstoppable, free. Days from now being the same person isn't possible. Being the legend is what's coming. The one who survived coordinated attacks and came back stronger. The one who was knocked out by their own power and learned to master it. The one who retreated strategically and returned unstoppable. And everyone who tried stopping you will watch in absolute disbelief as becoming everything they feared you could be happens. This is your transformation. This is your breakthrough. This is your moment. And it all started with that crash you felt when you woke up. That exhaustion that confused you. That power that knocked you out. Because chosen ones don't break from pressure. Transforming from it is what happens. Staying down doesn't occur. Using the knockout as training is what takes place. Turning every setback into a setup is the pattern. Picking up the sword that defeated you and learning to wield it like being born for it was always true is what happens. Because being born for it is the truth. You were. And soon the whole world is going to know it.